globe, not to mention when Team Dignitas did play TSM during their 2-0 in the regular season, Kalista was a really big part of that.
Double Up has often talked about how when TSM are looking for the most consistent strategy, though, they say put me on a late game carry and put Bjergsen on a late game AP carry for the mid lane. So that would be the Tristana, more late game is often picked into the Kalista, and then have Bjergsen on one of those high DPS mid laners from the mid lane. It looks like that's what they are going through here. The Thresh and Tristana does have a lot of versatility as well. That's one of the bottom lanes that can get a lot of early kills as well.
Exactly, and it's playmaking all across the board for TSM and Dignitas, actually. Something that Dignitas has had a lot of success with is drafting very heavy CC compositions, getting a pick, and forcing Baron very early on into the game. And that's not unique to TSM. It's what most of the good teams have been doing. We see both teams with initiation and playmaking in every role.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think of Adrian's Alistar when I think of that, but Blitz going to be very good here as well. And of course, kind of opposing the Gragas, which is the other big playmaker you're noting there on TSM. So a very interesting first 6 picks here in phase 1 of the draft, but now DIG will get their chance to ban yet another champion.
Yeah, 5 Blitz games for Adrian this year. Actually, if you don't count playoffs, he played more Blitz than he did Alistar in the regular season, so it's been very effective, synergizes very well with Kalista. And both these teams pretty much matching each other. We have the duo lanes and the junglers locked in, so the big solo lane heavy hitters here still yet to come.
And I am actually just so excited for this bottom lane matchup. We talked about it a little bit, coming into this series, but Altic and Adrian have been such a big part of TSM, or of Team Dignitas, the new way that they're playing this game. And with Kalista and Blitzcrank, we have seen if Adrian gets any sort of room early on in the lane and gets the roam up, he can actually affect mid lane very heavily as well, and maybe he tries to go pester Bjergsen.
I'm curious to see what's happening in phase 2, though. Cho and LeBlanc banned from Dignitas, so taking away some solo lane is most likely, though Gragas and Cho can flex top and jungle. And then the Syndra ban away from Keen for Bjergsen, of course, one of his biggest champions, and might even throw another ban here to kind of join in with the Cassidy.
I was going to say Talia is probably the one that has not been banned out here and is still left up, would be the kind of go-to if you're just going down the tier list choice here for mid laners. But it seems as though TSM, we were expecting them to cook up something special coming out with so much extra practice time, and it may be revolving around that mid lane. We'll see if Keen actually goes for the more obvious choice, or if Team Dignitas actually want to save their counter pick, because they could save counter pick till the very end. There they go, though. They're going to take the obvious one.
Take the safe one. Depending on where you're looking, Talia can be seen as a must ban, but it really depends on how you look at the game right now, as there's a lot of diversity in that mid lane. So Team Dignitas saves their flex pick right there, so they're not revealing where that is going, which means TSM has to blind their top laner as well as get the counter pick for mid right here.
Yeah, I'm super curious as far as the counter, because it seems like TSM maneuvered this entire draft in order to get this for Bjergsen, and they kind of funneled Keen into this pick. This is the intended counter, and it looks like they may even go with double possible split pushes here for the double teleport, 1-3-1 strategy.
Yeah, and TSM did play Cassidy twice during the regular season. It didn't look clean, but they did win both games. And when they combo with the Shen, they still have that team fight backup if they really want to. If they can stall to the late game, you can bring in Shen with a level 16 Cassidy and really destroy the backline of Talia and Kalista if they get to that point. The danger here for TSM is going to be their lack of wave clear.
And the thing about, Cassidy into Talia is, yes, Cassidy doesn't have to use a dash to dodge a lot of Talia's damage. A lot about how early game oriented Team Dignitas' composition is. That still holds true for another item and a half for them. So they haven't run out of time yet, but as you said, this is definitely the smooth opening that TSM were looking for. Let's see if yes, TSM are going up to the top side. Dignitas had 2 options there. They could have made a strong push on mid and used the Rift Herald to then kind of make TSM play the game of chicken and have to pull up. But instead, they're going for the defense.
Big one to fight. Actually may have caught Bio. Kustrol's going to pull a back road shot there from Kim, but Holland Edge United in his Adrian taking a little too much damage. He goes down, and Bjergsen going to go first by the Haunter with the taunt as the Hawk finds one. Huge pick on a Keen as Double tries to leap out of the way of Sunday. Bjergsen grabs the double, but Sunday looking to play clean up on the other side. The red grabs out like a double kill. It's a mess here at Shrimp. He's going to fall for Bjergsen's triple, but he has to run. Flashes over the wall. 3 dead on either side. What an amazing first team fight.
Oh, Someday is not done yet, and Bjergsen has a bunch of stacks on his ult.
Gonna tip
a few seconds.
There's a slow. The stun is gonna land. Someday should be able to clean it up. There's the first jump, but Someday still gonna chase. Auto needs it. Bjergsen gets away again, but Someday chases under the turret. Looks for the Q. Grabs the W. There's the shutdown.
We waited 19 minutes for it, but we finally saw it, and Team Dignitas's option to move top instead of heralding mid means they wanted this fight.
And it was a little bit rough for them to start it out as well, because Adrian gets focused very quickly, TSM do collapse, and after the second activation of the Kalista ultimate comes out, he flashes deeper into the team. Doublelift and Bjergsen are able to finish up that kill, but then once Someday arrives, it's the big Renekton. Altec is still alive, by the way, and he flashes into the middle of TSM for that big Ren. Him being able to chase down Bjergsen and landing that extra slow means Someday finally gets the chase.
Yeah, Altec pretty much untouched that entire fight, and it was only rough, I feel like, for Team Dignitas because Someday didn't have a ward closer to the fight. It took him a good 10 seconds to make it in there after Doublelift Buster shot at him away. And the kill distribution from this fight is actually quite ideal for TSM. Triple kill for the Kassadin, who's
being those flanks warded. Having that Fog of War to get the easy, line there into the backside where he can actually try and get some damage done before having to use the Zhonyas. You want to be able to kind of use it offensively to reset a 2-part attack rather than defensively Zhonyasing super early on in the team fight.
And again, all the globals sort of coming together here for TSM. Bjergsen pushes out the very long wave in top lane, gets that towards the tier 2 fight again here for Bjerg. To Shrimp. Gets some damage down. Sven finds Adrian, but the Kalista ult going to keep him safe. Back in offensively. Found Bjergsen. Hooks him back around. That's enough. CC Stats United. And the Zhonyas will get Haunter in safely, but Bjerg needs to live through the rest of the fight. He onto Alta, but he does go down. Keen able to take him off. A great wall. Wins Dignitas that fight, and now another kill forthcoming. Sven is going to flash into the Baron pit, but Dignitas aren't having any of it. Keen going to try and chase him down. I mean, they are going to start it. Sven zoned out completely. Keen going to keep chasing. I don't think he'll get it, but I don't think it matters.
That aggressive Baron call.
They got very low off of it, though. Team Dignitas, even with the Ocean Drake here.
To pull him to safety. That is exactly the position you want to be in.
All right, Adrian's going again, but
Someday's on there, though. Oh, Someday a little too far forward. Gets up with the ultimate. Haunter gonna toe the hook left to Bio double. Able to take him down. Now it's a 5v4 under the turret. Haunter able to tank it up for a lot longer. Keen's wall is nice, but Haunter may have taken too much damage. Finally gets free as Sven dodges Adrian's next hook. And TSM, they grab a kill.
Still available. TSM, keep up the pressure.
They want to go for a big play. They can't. Come here.
It's Bjerg. They found the station out and in. The Zhonyas needs to be moved. Finally used it late. They've got to hook in onto Shrimp. Damage should be enough as Bjerg gets his way out. Doublelift, not CC'd up for Haunter, and Sven fighting the front line under the turret. Adrian finally does the Doublelift. It's a counter kill onto Sven as double. He's going to be trapped in the base. Keen doesn't quite connect the rest of the damage on the Doublelift, and TSM somehow escaped.
You're not going to get much better of a start there. Hooking in Bjergsen, nearly killing him, having the Zhonyas come with the Shen. And
Team Dignitas will be aware of this one. As you said, Jad, probably Team Dignitas biggest. Uh-oh, never mind.
Oh, man.
Grab onto Adrian, forces another defensive Kalista ult.
That's one of the biggest options that Team Dignitas would have had for an offensive play. Now, without the Kalista ultimate, they don't have the options of the, another one.
That was really nice, actually, but Sven pretty tanky on the front side. Hook on a Shrimp. He's going in, but Doublelift already killed him. Spirit's Refuge taking so much damage in for Haunter in the front line, and TSM poised to take the rest of this fight. Double jumps once as Someday leaps into the front side to try and take down Biofrost, but he already bleeding low. Altec fighting Haunter, and Haunter is not gonna die. Gets out of Ren Wrench. A lantern saves his life.
Altec spent the whole fight hitting Haunter, and he still doesn't get the kill. Shrimp evaporates while trying to initiate that.
Someday is not equipped to fight Kassadin at this stage of the game. Merc Treads only, plus a bit of health, is kind of all that's keeping him alive versus that damage. And TSM will play it calmly for the next 2 minutes with this Baron buff and just try and get some slaps onto the turret. Bjergsen with one auto takes about 35% of that turret's health.
And a QE takes 35% of Someday's health as well. The main tank at this point for Dignitas with how fast Shrimp was dying.
This actually has a lot of repercussions for this entire series, actually, because TSM came in so well prepared in game number 1. There's a hook, though.
Ooh, big code to the Colossus Shield as Sven gets hooked in, but the fight still breaking up. Doublelift picks off Shrimp again as Adrian low. There's the reset as Bjergsen grabs the Blitzcrank. And Dignitas losing 2 already. Turret starting him out as mid-inhib will fall.
Yeah, this game has turned real hard. It is just 3 alive for Team Dignitas. The wall doesn't even cut off the minions. Here comes TSM.
I mean, there are so many dashes TSM can probably get over if they need it. Double Lift is going to go for it here as turret number 1 is going to fall. Taunt finds one as Artex the target. He melts as Biofrost gets credit for the kill. Everything going TSM's way. Keen is going to get shut down. No, not quite, but the Nexus is going to be the price to pay. Haunter falls on the other end of it, but Double Lift stands and delivers onto the structure someday. One last hurrah as he dives in, but TSM will claim game number 1.
And they were in no hurry, still ending the game under 35 minutes with the Nexus dive. That was a bold draft from TSM in Game 1, a composition style they haven't excelled on so far this year. And as Kobe mentioned, that has some far-reaching implications for the rest of the series with how well prepared TSM look.
Bjergsen playing the